Hello and a very warm welcome to Amhara Media Corporation. This is our daily news live from the studio. I am Gaila Damu. Stay tuned. Residents of Mersa revealed that the desperate TPLF group is burning down houses of farmers and killing livestock, in addition to the atrocities it has been committing in North Wallo zone of Amhara region. Zaman Mekonnen reports.
A resident of Mersa town in the zone, Shimelis Desalegn, told Ethiopian news agency that the terrorist group is committing atrocities against innocent civilians. He said that, frustrated by the defeat they suffered on the hands of the youth and the National Defense Force, the terrorist group resorted to burning houses of farmers and killing livestock. He said that he has seen 59 houses burned down and many domestic animals killed by the terrorist group in rural Kabylis outside Mersa. The other resident in Habru Warada, Imam Muhammad, said even farmers are paying sacrifice to prevent the terrorist group from entering the area. However, Imam pointed out that the terrorists are not only massacring civilians with heavy weapons, killing and eating oxen used by farmers to plow, but also killing the remaining livestock and burning houses. He stressed that they are nevertheless more than ready to fight against the terrorist group and not just support the defense force, but also support suffering civilians and stop the dream of the group to destabilize the country from being realized. A youth resident of Mersa, Ibrahim Yassin, said the terrorist group not only kills the youth wherever they go, but also kidnap and force them to engage in the war. According to him, the hidden plot of the group is to rob Amhara, massacre and create civil strife and disintegrate Ethiopia. He said, stressing the need for continued integrated struggle of the public and the government. The terrorist TPLF group, which rejected the unilateral ceasefire declared by the federal government, has escalated the war into Amhara and Afar regions, killing, displacing, looting properties, destroying hospitals, health centers, and other infrastructure on its destructive path. All Ethiopians are expressing their solidarity and support for the ongoing struggle to thwart the terrorist mission of TPLF and wipe out the group.
Vision Tagaru, Ethiopia's movement chairperson, Lilai, said the international community needs to consider the atrocities committed by the terrorist TPLF group and condemns the heinous acts. Brown Work and Atil Sasmore.
Elders and scholars must speak out to embassies and the international community at large to counter the international pressure on Ethiopia. Lilai told INA that the international community has chosen to remain silent while the terrorist TPLF is waging large-scale invasion on Amhara and Afar regions. He noted ironically the international community started to call for ceasefire when the special forces and militia started defending themselves. According to the chairperson, there is in fact no good reason for the international community to support the TPLF, which was designated as a terrorist group and killed hundreds of thousands of Tigrayans because of their inclination to different political attitudes. Lilai pointed out that the right thing to do for Ethiopians is to keep the international community informed as long as the truth is in their hands.
የሀገር ሽማግሌዎችና ዲፕሎማቶችን ልከው በየኤምባሲው ማነጋገር አለባቸው። እዚህ ላለውም የተባበሩት መንግስታት ጽሕፈት ቤት
All regions should send elders to contact each embassy and file complaint with the UN offices here in the capital city. We need to be able to get Africans on our side. We have to call on all black people and all Asians. At the same time, large-scale social media campaigns should be carried out on a regular basis. It would then be easy to change the mindset of the international community.
ማህበራዊ ሚዲያ ላይ ትዊተር ላይ ትልቅ የክተት ዘመቻ ማካሄድ አለብን ለዓለም ህዝብ ማሳወቅ አለብን።
Lilai disclosed that one might find hundreds of mass graves in rural parts of Tigray. Unfortunately, members of the international community do not want to go and investigate. Instead, they prefer to listen to what advocacy groups say.
አሸባሪው የህወሓት ድርጅት የትግራይ ህዝብን እንደማይወክል የተወሰኑ ቤተሰቦች ስብስብና
This organization TPLF does not represent the people of Tigray at all. We Tigrayans have never seen such an enemy in our history, but a provincial clique under the gaze of representing the people of Tigray.
የስም ለውጥ እንዳደረጉ ያየን ነው ሰሞኑን።
The chairperson underscored that Ethiopians must stand together in support of the federal government and inform the international community about the reality on the ground. He also stated that the federal government must resist the uncalled for pressure of the West, as this is not the time to meddle in the internal affairs of the country and twist arm.
Ambassadors of the upstream riparian states of the Nile Basin in Ethiopia stressed the need to enhance cooperation to jointly invest in cross-border resources. Zaman Makonnen has the details.
The ambassadors made the remark during their conversation they held with Foreign Affairs State Minister Ambassador Redwan Hussein on Tuesday. On the occasion, the State Minister reiterated Ethiopia's long-standing and unwavering commitment to having a fair and equitable utilization of the water of the Nile River, with close consultations with riparian countries. In this regard, he appreciated the riparian countries that have signed and ratified the Cooperative Framework Agreement and called on others to follow suit. According to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the ambassadors on their part said that cooperation is needed to jointly invest in cross-border resources and solve African problems through African initiatives. Redwan also recalled Tunisia's proposal, which was submitted to the Security Council in support of Egypt, and that was rightly rejected by the Council. In this regard, the meeting noted that Tunisia's ongoing preparation to submit its inappropriate request again to the Security Council would put all riparian countries in difficult position that necessitates cooperation to reverse it. The ambassador concluded that such an unuseful move by an African state would only undermine the tripartite negotiation over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam in the upper riparian states should never accept it.
National Disaster Risk Management Commission disclosed that more than 300,000 people of Amhara in Afar who are displaced by the terrorist TPLF attack are being provided humanitarian assistance. Abebe Brahani has more.
National Disaster Risk Management Deputy Commissioner Idrus Hassan told Ethiopian news agency that the Commission is working to support people displaced by the attack of the terrorist group TPLF. The Commissioner pointed out that, so far, the number of people who are displaced and being supported has reached more than 300,000. The Commissioner added that they have been providing adequate food aid and other non-food items to the displaced people of the two regions. In particular, the Commissioner said more than 94,000 internally displaced people in Desse are being provided with basic humanitarian assistance. The Commissioner stated that it is expected that 60,000 more internally displaced people will come to Desse. For this reason, additional grain is being sent to Kombolcha warehouse. He also stated that the remaining internally displaced people in the Amhara region, particularly in South and North Gondar zone, have been receiving similar support. According to the Commissioner, about 76,000 displaced people in the Afar region are receiving humanitarian assistance from the central warehouse of the Commission found in Kombolcha and Adama, adding that the humanitarian assistance is being delivered to the displaced people on behalf of the agents represented by the Commission.
The
humanitarian assistance was ready earlier in the Afar region, especially in 7 waradas that are bounded with Tigray region. It has also been sent to Samara from central warehouse of Kombolcha and Adama. Now there is no problem in Samara. We have been distributing the aid on behalf of our agents represented by the Commission. According to the Commissioner, in addition to the humanitarian assistance being provided by the government, other non-governmental organizations have been supporting the displaced people in food and other non-food aid. He also added that they will work the activity of rehabilitating the displaced people until they get back to their homeland and start to lead a settled life. The Commissioner stated that they will work with attention for 6 months after the displaced people come back to their original homeland. First, we give them shelter and daily fast foods. Then, if they are to return to their homeland, we will follow up and support them for about 6 months until they start to lead a settled life like the previous. When they return back to their home, they might find their properties destroyed by the war. So they need the necessary follow-up and support.
የነበራቸው ምግብ በጦርነቱ ሊወድምባቸው ይችላል። ስለዚህ እስከሚቀጥለው የምርት ዘመን ግን ድጋፉ ይቀጥላል ማለት ነው።
Explaining that the government has now bought 4 million quintals of wheat, the commissioner stated that the purchased wheat will facilitate.
You're watching Amhara Media Corporation, Amhara TV News, and now let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate in karat rates. That's all we have for now. I am Gaila Damu. Many thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a wonderful time.